Why is life heavy? That's a question I believe everyone asks, is why is life heavy or basically very stressful? I bet that question has been passed down from many generations to generations. But it's more so not of why is life heavy. It's who or why are we making it heavy? Why do we make life heavy? We want and desire many things, but yet at the same time it doesn't fill us. We worry and have anxiety of many things like job, money, transportation, clothes, all of those, but at the end of the day, those things don't really stay that long. So to flip the question, why do we worry about things that pass away? Why do we worry so much about things that pass away? Take example, a gamer. A hard down gamer that is usually addicted to the game will usually play it about 5, maybe 10 hours a day if they're like really hard down on it just to get good. But when all that training happens and they get beaten by someone that's better than them, even though they train hard down, what does it evoke? Anger, anxiety, and sometimes sadness. I'm not saying every gamer. I'm just saying this as an example. Not every gamer, but saying this as an example. So at the same time, I ask this: why do we strive trying to make our own heaven on earth? That's the question. Why do we strive to try and make our own heaven on earth? Is it because we desire everything that we want on earth? Or is it because we desire something that is better than earth? That is better than earth, but we think earth is all we got. I remember it said in the Bible in James, you desire, but you do not have, so you kill. That you do not you ask. But when you ask, you do not receive because you ask incorrectly, that you may spend on your pleasures. Now what do I mean by spending on your pleasures? Most people might think money, and yes, mostly it's money. But it's more so all the items that we might get in this world that we might spend it on, like pleasure, like worldly pleasure, lust. Like worldly pleasure, worldly lust, basically. Greed, gluttony, lust, so on and so forth. The reason I believe we desire this worldly pleasure is due to the fact that, well, our heart is sick. Our heart is sick. Now, what I mean by our heart is sick is, as I said, our heart is sick. It says in Jeremiah, I gotta go back and look at it, but I think 29:17, the heart is deceitful above all things. Who can know and understand it? The heart is where everything flows through. Everything flows through. So if you have desires from your heart, desire gonna flow through your heart. If you have lust from your heart, lust gonna flow through your heart. If you got wrath in your heart, wrath gonna flow through your heart. Everything that comes from the heart will go out from the heart. So it's more so the deeper the question of saying why is life heavy or why is life stressful is more so, what are you doing to make life heavy and make life stressful? What are you putting in that is coming out that's making life more heavy and stressful? I always remember this old quote. Always remember this quote. You put in good, you get good out. You put in bad, you get bad out. Same thing goes for, well, everything. But I believe this also goes both ways. If you do good, don't always expect that everything's gonna be better just right there and there. Things take time. Same thing as if you do bad, don't think that you will not be seen, or don't think that consequences won't happen, because they will. I'm getting off track. I'm getting off track. So, why is life burdensome and heavy? Is because what are we doing to make it burdensome and heavy? And what is happening to make it burdensome and heavy? Are we putting bad thoughts and bad desires and bad things in our bodies, so when bad stuff in life happen, those things just blast out? Or are we supposed to be putting good things in our heart, so when bad times happen, that good things will come out? I remember in Ecclesiastes it says, when times are good, rejoice. Which is, obvious. Rejoice, be happy. But when times are bad, consider this: God has made one and also the other. It's not saying that God wants to put bad days on you. It's basically God humbling you, reminding you that, hey, don't be connected and be attached to this world. Because as it said, the world and its desires pass away. So if the world and its desires pass away, why do we chase said desires and worldly pleasures? That is desire and pleasure from a world that is slowly passing away day by day. More importantly, why are we not guarding our hearts? And basically giving each other either one, common sense, or two, got wisdom from the Lord. I ask these questions because this doesn't just fall on non-believers. This falls on everyone, believer or non-believer. What are you doing in order to make sure that you can have a good and long fulfilled life? Are you putting in good and doing the good things of acting in humility, respect, honor, love, and joy, even when it's hard? So in the end, you can flat out say, I did good? Or are you building in lust, madness, and folly? So when at the end, you'll be like, you will regret and be like, why didn't I do the good things before then? Because remember, we are on a time limit. I think break time is about to end, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. Why do we stress? Because our heart is sick. Why is our heart sick? Is because the things we put in our heart. Why are we sick? Because the things we put in our heart. Because the things we put in our heart might be bad things rather than good things. But in the end, God will make it complete and will make it better for us. So, yeah. If you like this video, then by all means, that's good. That's good. If not, I want you to at least take some part and just hope you got some wisdom. But I'm about to go because break time about to end. So, peace.